students each and every day and help them with the education process. And be with us, Lord, as we make decisions concerning the school and the community. And just give us guidance and direction. For in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Approval of the minutes from the October 9th board meeting. Need a motion to approve that.
I'll second.
Annette and Eva, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Comments from patrons concerning items on the agenda? Anything going on out there? All right.
Oh, I have something. I
sorry.
guess I kind of forget when I'm sitting up here.
Okay.
So the Rockstar, the robot team, the Rockstars, are going to be having an event at the museum on Saturday from 12 to 1:30, celebrating Native American History Month. It's also part of their program, which they would have come and spoke about it, but they're at beta. Most of them are either there or on their way back or something, different things going on with that. So I'm just going to share it with you to come out, see what they're doing. We have, as one of our students has designed a video game. He came up with it all on his own. And we're using Scratch. We have a high school student who's familiar with it that's in robotics as well. And she's helping him develop it. It's not a major game, but it's just getting the prototype and getting the ideas on paper, basically. And then that ties in order for them to advance in the video game, they must go to the museum, they check out books in the library, they go to a historical site. It's that kind of thing where it's an interactive, because we don't want it just to be another video game. The reason why is because, as the other group spoke about a little bit, was archaeology is our theme this year. And archaeologists said we need younger people involved in archaeology. A lot of our volunteers, a lot of our people are older, which is great, but we need younger people that have an interest in history and in the past and things like that. So that's kind of our part in helping, is getting younger people. And so it'd be open to students to join. It's called the History Club, History Heroes Club. And then once they join that, then they get a T-shirt and they get access to the game, and it goes from there. So anyway, I just would like people to come out and see what they're doing, and come by the.
What time did you say that was? 12
to 1:30, and hopefully some of the other teams will be able to come too and tell their story. But anyway, it's open to anyone. It's just going to be out there in the front lawn. Well, it's supposed to be nice weather that day. If not, they said we move it in. The kids talked to the museum people, and they said they would open the museum for us. That's normally like their close time, but they'll have it open, and they think it's great. We talked to the librarian. Right now, it's kind of on hold because the library, repairs. A lot of the historical books are there about Martin County and things, and they were focusing on Native Americans this time. It's different. They'll have different options as they go through the game, and it all will kind of stem from what the museum has. Anyway, that's just a little blurb for them.
Okay, thank you.
They do a much better job explaining it, but
they're not here.
But they're not here. Still there.
All right. Anything else? We got one building principal here. She's got a report for everybody.
Nobody.
All right, just a recap of some things that have been going on in the elementary. Lots of fun, different variety of activities. We celebrated Red Ribbon Week the last week of October, and special thank you to all those who had their hand in creating different activities for students, and a big thank you to Melanie Hawkins. She reached out to a BMX bike show, and it was a super high energy, lots of music. The kids absolutely loved it. There's some pictures on the back of one of the cyclists ramping over. I was seated in a chair, so he put the chair there, and he told me, he said, "Do not move." And I said, "I won't." But it was fun. The kids loved it. October 20th, the Shoals Volunteer Fire Department, they visited our elementary and did a fire safety and prevention program, and brought the fire trucks out on the playground, and students were able to kind of climb on and look at the equipment and things like that. The Adult Booster Club had their fall festival, and it was well attended with a lot of our younger elementary students. and their families. October 28th, we hosted a Cosmos leadership team here at Shoals. On October 31st, students in the elementary dressed up was their favorite book character, and a lot of fun reading activities in the classrooms that day. Thank you to Donna Harris, who is a grandmother to one of our elementary students in the Jasper American Legion and DuBois County Choppers. They donated a very large amount of food items for students in need for weekend bags and things like that. November 3rd, I attended the Martin County Community Foundation, and just want to say thank you to the foundation for their continued support to our school and programs. 3 of our elementary teachers received classroom grants. Miss Molly Parsley, Melanie Hawkins, and Ruby Harder all received grants from the foundation. Elementary winter athletics are underway, so good luck to all of our student athletes, and thank you to our coaches and parents for their time and commitment. Also want to say a huge congratulations to Jennifer Gwynn, our elementary librarian and reading specialist. She received a $15,000 grant from Smithville Charitable Fund, and those funds will be used for new library books, display shelves, and just other materials for our library.
Good deal.
November 11th, we honored all veterans at our program here in the high school. Special thank you to Molly Tharp, our PBIS coordinator. She has planned monthly events for the entire school, elementary, middle school, and high school. And this past Wednesday, we did a PBIS event, and it was a movie and popcorn day for students who are doing positive character traits. And we had a high percentage of our students meet their goal for that month. Wednesday also was our teacher professional development day. Our preschool team, they met with one of our preschool coaches, and they worked on their Path to Quality training for early childhood education. Our kindergarten through 5 teachers, we reviewed inclement weather instructional plans since winter is approaching. We had a nice taste of that Monday. But we worked on what asynchronous learning and synchronous learning would look like for our younger students. And teachers started to prepare packets and then work on getting their Google Classrooms ready for the synchronous learning. So hopefully we won't have a lot of those days, but we want to prepare. We also like to share today was our elementary beta convention in Evansville. We had 37 elementary students attend that. And I just spoke with Callie Furman, our elementary beta sponsor, and she said we have been awarded 25 awards so far, and it's still the awards ceremony is still going on. So that our elementary, we've received 25 so far.
Deal.
Their behavior is a lot better than some of the other. I mean, and it's not. I'm not just partial. I mean, when you're watching, you're thinking, "Oh my goodness, it doesn't have one of us." But anyway, no one's watching them. No one's. But we have people. I mean, the organizers, not we. The organizers have people watching them and being with them, and the kids know who their people are, and they communicated with them this morning already. They did this morning, and so that's a shout out to you guys who work with them all the time.
Our sponsors, Callie is in the elementary, and then Riva and Ashley Montgomery are middle school, and then Megan in high school. And they've stayed after school, for the past couple months, and they really do a great job of preparing our students. And then finally, I'd like to say thank you so much to Karen Ray. She has worked in our whole child classroom for a little over a year now, and she is moving on to a new position in the cafeteria. I know that was a difficult decision for her to make, but I think that's kind of where her passion is in where she likes to bake and cook and all of that. And so she will continue, I know, to love and care for our students just in a different role. So I want to say thank you to her.
I always visit her table wherever she's. Yeah. So good.
And then there are some pictures of just some different classroom things going on and different activities we've done in elementary. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I have Miss Eubanks and Miss Hobus's updates, if that's okay.
Sure.
So Miss Eubank would like to give a shout out to Cassie Phillips for leading our hour of code program during yesterday's 2-hour delay. I'm not sure if my microphone is on.
It is. They're on.
All the middle school kids learned about what computer science is and why it's important, and a common computer science vocabulary. After the presentation, students had an opportunity to work on the computer science ciphers and do a little programming on code.org and Scratch. And I know kids love that coding. It's really fun.
And Scratch is what they're using for the game.
Yeah.
That they're
Okay.
developing.
Yeah.
For the-
Shout out to Amy Harder. She was able to pass the assessment and get her literacy endorsement. She is also leading the charge in helping our middle school pursue a STEM endorsement. We're working with Melanie Hawkins in the elementary and who worked with Kristen Johnson and with ROI so that they can apply next year for STEM certification in the middle school. Shout out to Danielle Cornett for assisting in middle school staff with their first iLearn checkpoints window. She had also been sharing a ton of great information and what we can learn from the data. We will use iReady and iLearn data to ensure our students are properly placed in classes they need to be more successful, and they're starting that in January. And I actually have updates on curriculum that aligns with that from Danielle. She is sharing some data related to testing, and it aligns with this conversation because she actually met and talked with teachers about both of these things
me one
yesterday.
You haven't done-
Thank you.
She's also going to be here next month to celebrate some successes, and we'll have another round of data next month as well, another data set. Student programs. The middle school has a variety of things planned to celebrate their positive behavior intervention points. As always, Molly Tharp did a wonderful job organizing the event. 127 students in the middle school participated in the celebration. This month, students have the opportunity to watch a movie and have popcorn. They were able to choose from a variety of movie titles. Students who were ineligible had some much needed time of one-on-one time with Mr. Emmerich, Mrs. Harder, Mr. Turpin, and Mrs. Gardner to help get some missing work turned in. We celebrated Red Ribbon Week the last week of October. We had some great activities planned, including a week of dress-up days, a scavenger hunt, and positive messages to encourage students to stay away from drugs and alcohol. The big event was the BMX bike stunt show, where students were reminded that thinking big, dream big, and go big in life. We would also like to show our appreciation for the Martin County Local Coordinating Council for awarding us a grant to help pay for the activity and prizes. On October 29th, they took the entire 8th grade class to Evansville for the Junior Achievement Job Spark program. Students had nearly 2 hours to explore career opportunities for a number of pathways, and that was the first time that Miss Eubank had been involved in that, and she really enjoyed it.
The kids enjoy it. One, robotics they were talking about.
Yeah.
They really enjoy it.
Gives them that first taste.
They make plans already. So it's
Yeah. Today in the middle school, had more than 70 students participate in the June Debater Convention in Evansville. We look forward to hearing how our students performed. So that was the first time Miss Eubank had ever been to Beta, and so it was very interesting for her. She was like, woo, at the beginning, but she said it has been wonderful to watch the kids grow, and she rode on a bus down there with them, and she's still there as well. So I think for her first experience, as Audrey noted, there's been quite a few awards. We actually judged musicology.
Mhm.
When I went down there, I was like, what is this? I'm the worst music. Like, please don't make me listen to music. It was like a quiz bowl for music. And
Trivia.
it was trivia. And most of the questions were geared, they were like, I knew some of those answers. They were from the 90s.
none of the kids knew who Cher was. None of them.
Nobody knew who Cher
Not
was.
all of
Really?
the kids out of
Yes.
all the groups that came through, they're like Cher.
Wow.
One
But-
of the questions and the answers, they were like,
I can see.
who's
Jimi
Cher?
Hendrix, one of the questions, they kept answering Eminem and
Bless their hearts.
Michael Jackson, and once they were correct. But just so everybody knows, Shoals Middle School took the win in that category out of 8 teams. They
Wow.
won, and they answered a lot of really great
It was
questions.
a big win.
It was a big win. Yeah.
Wow.
They had a lot.
We have some kids that like that vintage music, I guess. Classic rock.
Classic.
Their
Classic
parents
rock.
raised them right.
Yeah. It's been a busy week. We wrapped up our iLearn checkpoint window tomorrow. On Tuesday, they showed appreciation to their local veterans and their commitment to our country. And we had our PBS celebrations. In middle school, basketball started the first week of November. We look forward to watching our Rocks grow and wish them all a great season. Teacher accountability, their third professional development schedule was yesterday. Middle school and high school staff participated in professional development with Mrs. Eubank. She kind of led the charge on that. And she shared and modeled explicit reading strategies all teachers can use to help students better to become better readers. In keeping with our first PD, Mrs. Eubank shared an article that was titled Helping Teachers Understand and Mitigate Trauma in Their Classrooms. We had a lot of engagement and discussion. Following the PD, the middle school staff met with Danielle Cornett to learn more about incoming iLearn data and how we can make more informed decisions for our students. I walked through there when they were all in there, and you could hear a pin drop. They were all engaged in that activity, and I read the article. I thought it was a great article, and the great part about it was some teachers were talking about how they didn't agree or did agree with certain pieces, and I thought it was great to hear them have that positive debate and how she shared how that they could take that back to their class and use it.
Where do you hold this at?
In the cafeteria.
Okay.
On November 25th, Becca Cobb from Davies Martin RMC will be coming here to talk to sixth graders about Camp Kilowatt. So those are the updates from Miss Eubank. From Miss Hovis, Mr. G's honors class put on an outstanding live performance of The Hobbit on Halloween Day. Students and staff from all grade levels enjoyed walking our trail to watch the performance. I have to say it was fantastic. So you have a tour guide, and then you walk to different spaces. Were you able to get out there? It was amazing. And a lot of the kids had memorized their lines. It was fantastic. And someone even had purchased Hobbit feet to wear, and they had great costume. They did such an amazing job. I was so excited to get out there.
Is this the third year that he's done that? Or
He said 32nd year.
32nd year?
It was some random number like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Has it been?
Yeah, because my oldest daughter, who has graduated a long time ago,
Oh,
was in it.
oh okay.
And now my youngest daughter, she was the white-haired
Yes.
magician guy, or whatever he is.
But they all knew their lines. It was great. It was wonderful. They did fantastic.
So
The
it's been a
entire
while.
district celebrated Red Ribbon Week the last week of October with a variety of activities. The big event was the BMX Air Show, in which Mrs. Gibson and I, Kendra, unexpectedly selected to have the bike ramp over their head in front of the students, which they absolutely loved. Thank you,
Yes,
Mrs.
dear.
Eubank, for writing a grant so that they could have the show.
Flinched.
You can see her go. Yeah. She says November is beta time. We want to wish our high school beta the best of luck as they travel to state competition tomorrow and today and Saturday. A huge thank you to our bus drivers who ensure our students arrive safely to and from the competition. Everybody's driving a bus. Actually, Kendra's driving a bus, and I think Reva's driving a bus, and Ben was driving a bus, and Cecil took a bus load down. So it was amazing
Amy Money.
how this Amy Money's driving a bus.
Had
Yes.
to go early.
Yes. So it was great to see all of those kids there mingling with other kids from other schools. It was really, and the competitions, it's just great. I have to give kudos to Reva Troutman though, because she is the state elect president, or she's the
Apparently they vote because she gave me a pin that has "Vote for Reva" and it's got a picture on it. So
Who vote?
I think they vote among themselves.
Oh,
She's had the training. She did that this year. A couple months ago. She had to go to South Carolina. They paid for all
Yeah.
of it. That's their headquarters.
I have a picture
Oh,
of Reva, who is the state beta elect. That's a big deal. You see all of these kids running around. Her hand was in organizing all of it. And we were judging, and I said, I need a picture. So
Aw.
I have a picture. So that was great. I thought, yeah, and she loves that, and so does Megan. So Megan's there too, and they're making. Megan, their group stays overnight, right?
Yes,
The high school.
Saturday they have a big thing on.
Yeah, so it's a big deal. She shared that Megan Hawkins and Charlene Breidenbaugh put on another phenomenal Veterans Day program this week. A lot of new additions were added to the program, and they incorporated a variety of grade levels. This was one of the larger attended programs that we've had in years. It was
good.
very good, and oh my goodness, Aaron Cage in that violin and
That was awesome.
the student that played the trumpet. Those both did show. Last weekend, our drama club put on 2 live performances of The Trap, which was the sequel to last year's show. It was written by our very own students, Aaron Crossan and Brooklyn Green. They are excited to announce that the spring show will be The Beauty and the Beast. I think it's sold out.
Oh,
Great.
wow.
I think it's sold out. Megan Hawkins has worked hard to organize this year's college and career fair, which will be next Friday, November 21st. We have students from Lagodi and Orleans who will also be attending. I think she said there are 65 representatives of career opportunities and colleges that will be here in both gyms. So I'm looking very forward to it. I know she's worked very hard on that. And the Cosmos schools we were in a meeting the other day with a team from SIEC on work-based learning, and they were they're like, "Oh, you're Megan Hawkins." It's like almost like she's famous. It was great. She would never say that, but so I will. On December 10th, Washington will be bringing their superintendent and a couple of board members and high school principal and ag teacher to tour our ag program and farm in hopes of starting a similar program at Washington. She is proud to announce that the class of 2025 holds the highest graduation rate in her 10 years of administration. They finished with an overall rate of 96%. And she wants to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving holiday.
Okay, thanks for that. All right, new business. Have some personnel issues. Resignation of Tracy Stuckey from the evening custodian position. Resignation of Kennedy Salmon from intermediate teaching assistant. Approval of Teresa Ray as middle school cheer coach. Approval of Sydney Davis as high school softball volunteer and 5th and 6th grade boys basketball volunteer. Hope Smith as elementary cheer coach, pending a positive outcome of required paperwork. Approval of Vicki York as full-time evening custodian. Approval of Madison Burkhead as substitute teacher. Approval to move Rihanna Royston as elementary special education multi-cat classroom teaching assistant. Madeline Land is requesting maternity leave. Tentative dates are April 20th of 26 through the end of this school year. Approval to hire Lillian White as elementary special ed assistant. Need a motion to approve those folks.
All motion.
Ethan, second.
I'll second.
Lorna, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Some fundraisers. Elementary Student Council to sell candy cane grams at December 2nd through the 18th. Culinary class to have bake sales September 4th through December 31st. Proceeds going to our 5th grade the student's family. Winter Guard to host a parent night out on December 12th. We'll begin collecting payment on November 12th. Post-prom parents to sell dirty sodas at the boys varsity basketball games November 3rd through April 1st. FFA to sell Texas Roadhouse items November 17th through December 18th. Elementary library to host a book fair December 15th, or December 1st through the 5th, I'm sorry. Motion to approve.
All motion.
Eva, second. Annette, all in favor?
Aye.
Trip request. Mrs. Goodman's 6th through 12th grade classes to the Martin County Humane Society for a service project. That's December 17th. Motion to approve that trip.
All motion.
Ethan, second. Lorna, all in favor?
Aye.
Facility usage. Captain Treadway requests that Girl Scout Troop 440 hold monthly meetings in the cafeteria through April of 26. Winter Guard to use the cafeteria for Parents' Night Out. Requesting fees be waived.
Also, Amy Money has approved both of these prior to this.
Okay. So motion to approve that usage.
I'll make
Lorna, second.
Also, go ahead.
Eva's got it. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Early Rocks Preschool to host holiday event on December 19th, 8:30 to 9:30 in the cafeteria.
Gingerbread houses.
Oh,
And approval of the 26th prom to be held on March 28th this year. 26. To approve those events.
No motion.
Then a
I'll
second. Eva, all in favor?
Aye.
Items after 4. Collective bargaining agreement compliance. Motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Lorna, second.
I'll second.
I think
All in
we've talked
favor?
about this how many times?
Aye.
Maybe that's
We
why.
voted on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We voted on it, we vote, just keep voting on it.
Trip request. Carrie Goodman's class to Mitchell Opera House to attend a movie on December 9th.
I have one here from Kathy Overton that she just made aware of it today, right? It's the FFA is going to Paoli High School on December 5th. It's the Paoli FFA Christmas party to compete, celebrate, and collaborate with FFA members from other schools. She just put that on our desk today.
And what date was that again?
December 5th.
Okay, so add that to that. Be number 2 item on trip request there. And we need a motion to approve both those trips.
I'll motion. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Eva and Annette. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Personnel requests. Request approval for Joyce Jones as a substitute teacher and for Emma Holt as a substitute teacher. Motion to approve those.
No motion.
Ethan?
You got it.
No, you got it now.
Okay, I got it.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay. Lauren's got the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Let's see. We need athletic department is the first one. Athletic department requests approval for the corporation to pay fuel costs for the sporting events for the 25-26 school year. Motion to, well, hold on, we'll put these together. Let's just put these. Request to pay a $1,500 stipend for the 25-26 school year for DHH state requirements. And the request for long-term cash flow planning related to Senate Bill 1. Need a motion to approve those.
I'll make a motion.
Lorna, second.
I'll second.
Ethan, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I think that brings us to the superintendent's report. If I'm not missing anything. Am I missing anything? I think that was it. Okay. Just making sure.
I kind of jumped in when I was doing Carol and Kendra's and also with Danielle, but one thing that I really have to say is thank you to the community for, jumping in the bus drive, big time. Thank you to the bus drivers on Monday and the families for the snow just blew in on us and everybody did an amazing job. Parents were very helpful. Some of our buses, we couldn't get to kiddos. We had some flexibility. Our bus drivers communicated with each other. It was great to hear their voices on the radio and as they worked together to make sure our kids made it safely to school. And it was fantastic. I apologize for, the maybe the lack of knowledge of knowing that was coming in, but, those things are going to happen sometimes, but I just have to say that the support from the community as I made calls to parents was fantastic and wonderful. It was a great relationship. One of our buses, she was afraid to come down that Windham Hill there. She waited to until the county, they, they listened to our calls, and they were wonderful as well. She waited there. I called parents and they said, oh, they're fine. Charlene's got it. And I thought that was great. So I can't say thank you enough to everyone. The teachers did a great job of getting out and helping kids. The kids seemed to have a good day. By the time we went home, everything all was well. So
I think there's a lot of confidence in the community with our bus drivers.
absolutely 100%. And it was wonderful to see on Monday. I also wanted to celebrate the Veterans Day program. As we said earlier, it just gives me goosebumps. So I sat over in the corner. I moved around a little bit, but I sat in the corner, and there was this amazing group of gentlemen in that front row, and that just their service and years of service, and they, it's just unfathomable to say how much gratitude we have for all of them, and I am so glad that we got to celebrate that with them. It was wonderful. The library grant money, it was wonderful when she came over. Jennifer Gwen came over, and we really talked about. She was so excited. We were all excited. Did a little dance because $15,000 is a lot of money, and I'm a library person, and I just was wonderful. And we took a picture of her with a group of first graders, and I can't wait to see. She's going to create a space in the library for the kids to use those new books, and I think that's wonderful. We've had some work-based learning work, and I have to give a shout out to Callie and Kendra and Megan. We're working on a strategic plan because with the new graduation standards, we have to change things a little bit, and we have received grant dollars from SIEC to work with a consultant from Wisconsin about developing and tightening our work-based learning and aligning all of our college and career ready courses with that. So it's great work, but to hear Callie talk about it was really amazing. That is her in her wheelhouse, and she and Megan both and Kendra, they're all on fire for making the best opportunities for kids and how do we do it well. And it was, just hearing that excitement in the voice, and the work is really very good for us to do as a team. They've invited Carol Eubank to come next time because they really want to trickle it down. Part of our accountability that's in 25-26, the letter grades come back, and part of the accountability grade is are our middle school kids exploring high school courses and career options, and you get points for that. So we're going to kind of weave Carol into that next time as well. We get to meet with them 4 times, and so we already have the dates on the calendar thanks to Megan and Callie. Danielle, Audrey, and I have been meeting with some local organizations in the Martin County Community Foundation and ROI team to talk about preschool, and we've even met with Martin County Head Start to how we can collaborate together to provide the best opportunities for kids in Martin County. They've shared some data with us that we have over 50 kids that are in Martin County that are in that 3 to 5 year old age range that are not receiving any type of early childhood learning. So they are hoping that we can work collaboratively to meet the needs of those kiddos. And it's just been really great when we looked up and there's like 9 people on the screen. It was a little intimidating, but it was a really great conversation, and they love the direction that Audrey and her building staff, they're leading that preschool. So it's great. And I appreciate that, Audrey, all the things you're doing up there with them. I also want to say that back there, poor Damien and all the technology team, we've met and we've been talking really about what technology looks like in the next 3 to 5 years. And we work with Josh, who is kind of a consultant. He's kind of leading our charge, and he is going to come in the next couple months and speak to at the board meeting, just so everybody has an idea of what direction we're going and what our options are. So it's been really great work. So I also have to say thank you to the board for continuing to support the decisions that we make and giving us guidance along the way. And I will go back to Darla and Kendra Wright for we're working our budget and looking at how our money and our finances are along the way. And we're leaning on Kendra Hovis's budget from last year, and we're looking at our budget this year to make sure that we are as aligned as we possibly can. And so it's just been great work, and we have a great collaborative team. And I just have to say thank you to everyone.
All right, thanks. Nothing on the financials we need to be aware of. I mean, nothing stands out.
No,
at this
just
point.
that, that percentage as so Kendra gave me this number, like these percentages of where we should be right now with our finances. And we are a little over on the education fund because of the new curriculum that we purchased, but we're just right on the edge, for our operations. We've had a couple of HVAC things happen. But we are right there in that little window. So we are still continuing to work. We do have our speech. If anybody knows a speech language pathologist, we do virtual speech, and it is a very expensive online platform that we are required by law to have a speech pathologist. So if anybody knows a speech pathologist, we would love to have them reach out to us. We would love our kids to have an in-person speech, but that is another thing from our education fund that's kind of a little higher than it's been in the past.
All right. Need a motion to approve the leave of accounting report for October 2025. Motion to approve that.
All motion.
Eva, second.
I'll second.
Ethan, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And we need a motion for the approval to pay claims. Motion to do that.
I'll make the motion.
Lorna, second. Matt, all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I think we're
Our small
Oh,
craft
go ahead.
show, we had over 750 people that came through, and beginning to disperse some of the money here and there that the school for projects. So if you have projects, need a little extra support, let me know, or Ann or Catherine Treadway. We'll all three, work on that and discuss it and things like that. So, but it was nice seeing, all those people come through because you're supporting the local crafters. We are planning on having another one in the spring. Last year we had a home show in the spring, and it went over well for our first attempt at that. So some people have come and said, "Hey, we work on projects all winter. We would love to have some place to sell them if that would be possible." So we're looking at maybe expanding, just offering it up and saying, "Are you interested in coming?" And so all that money goes back into the school. And we get so the second round would be, nice. We charge $25 a booth, and then different amounts depending on how many booths you get. That kind of thing kind of varies. But I think people enjoy it, and just thank you for supporting that and the people, because that's how all works.
how many vendors do you have?
We ended up having, I would say around, we had 90 spots. But I would say we had around 65 vendors, because some of those had 4, 3, 2. It varied. But we're at our maximum with 90 spots. That's it. We're not doing hallways. We occasionally will set up, like there was someone who wanted to have a fundraising for someone, an issue here in the community. So I said, sure, we'll just sit you right there when people come in, because we send them down the hall and around. That way they see we have 2 gyms. They see where the food is. We had everything from junior class selling things to children selling things, that they make their products. So and we have people from all different areas. North Davies comes in to sell things, people from Du Bois, from Mitchell, just various places.
One from up around Terre Haute even there.
Yes. And so I kind of recruit. I go to these other craft shows. That's my excuse for going to the craft shows. But then I see something maybe that we don't have at ours. And last year, in fact, we added one this year because there was this neat little card person there selling stuff. And I said, hey, did you ever think about coming to Shoals to maybe set up at the fall craft show, November, first weekend of November? And he said, well, we've been trying to get into that craft show for years. I said, oh, really? Where are you from? And he said, Shoals. Oh, well, you are in. I don't know where I'll put you, but you are in anyway. We will find a spot. So we did have to expand this year, 10 extra booth spots. But they actually live across from the Overlook. It's like,
I'm just amazed by the talent. And Karen Ray's food like all the talent.
And most people say they make, I've had several of them. So I go around and ask, how did you do today? Did you do okay? And they said, we make as much here. A couple of them said, we make as much here as we do at Greenwood, at Martinsville. This is our
That's
biggest
good.
show. The shows were all down a little bit this year for everybody. They said they weren't selling quite as much stuff at any shows, but ours was the biggest. I said, well, people
Wow.
come here to buy their Christmas gifts, to get something
Yeah.
new and different, and just to support local, support the local people. And
Yeah.
it's all in one place, like having a mall in our school.
Yeah.
It doesn't love a mall.
That's good.
Anyway, so that's all.
It's a big event.
We have to say again, happy birthday, Darla.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
not
Donna.
official.
It's,
We're not
it's still
gonna
not
say.
yet, but
We're not singing. All right, I think that's it. We're adjourned.